So one of the most hyped topics right now is of course Diamond and Pearl remakes. Pokemon fans have been waiting so long for these, and I honestly am all on board with that excitement. So to throw my hat into the ring, I decided to do a top 10 on things that I believe fans want to see in these remakes. Now of course, this is my opinion, and the order I'm putting all these in isn't necessarily indicative of how much more one is wanted over another, as naturally everyone will have more of their heart invested in one feature compared to another. Definitely leave a comment down below of what you want to see in these remakes, and be sure to leave a like if you're excited to see what these games could potentially offer us. With that said, let's hop into the video. Amity Square. Do you guys remember this place? That cute little place you could take certain Pokemon in Hearthome City? The player could have their Pokemon travel outside with them, and even find items and such. Amity Square had a few fun structures, and the overall vibe of the place felt like a peaceful place to be. Legit, it was just me and my Infernape chillin'. You fans out there must know how I feel. In addition to Amity Square, I think all of us can agree that having mini-games there would be really cool. Mini-games played with your Pokemon sounds like such an amazing concept. Amity Square really is the true Pokemon park. I hope I can relive that experience with my Infernape again. Sinnoh really did leave a footprint. Wow. One of the many small touches Diamond and Pearl added were ball capsules and seals. These two small additions to Pokeballs really made your playthrough feel more personalized. Having your Pokemon pop out of its Pokeball with a cool starry effect or some kind of glitter was always fun to see. These seals also coincided pretty well with Pokemon contests. Also, come on, you know you fans like Pokemon contests. Plus the pop-ins and mixing around, we may be able to do this with friends, hopefully the online doesn't suck, but yeah. Personality to your playthroughs is always nice to have in any video games, especially on your Pokeballs. Everyone likes custom Pokeballs. Everyone would do it. Don't lie to yourselves. Who knows, maybe they'll surprise us and add in even more fun designs to work with. If you're a fan of in-game playthroughs like myself, then I think we can agree that having a new and improved town map would be amazing. Back in the Alola games on the 3DS, the town map was done in the style of a minimap, which was definitely a great start, but it needed improvements. It was on the bottom screen, and it showed us a general location of where we were. That doesn't sound bad at first, but it would take some time to update, and your location wasn't your exact location. The idea of a real minimap that captures your every movement and updates you as you move sounds amazing to have in a Pokemon game. I think a lot of us expected those improvements to be in Sword and Shield, but that really didn't pan out. So I say, bring it on here. They may have dropped the ball on that one in the Galar games, so I'm hopeful this time around we get an actual minimap. The next thing I want to talk about is one of the best features added in the Gen 7 games, that thankfully carried over into Gen 8, being regional variants. Regional variants are just so amazing. I've gushed about them many times in the past, and I don't think that I'll ever be able to stop. Taking pre-existing Pokemon and giving them a new twist in their typings and stats based on regions they are not native to is nothing short of genius. So I figure, why not keep the train going here? Now, if the developers were to add regional variants to these remakes, I don't think they'd be done in the same vein that we got in Galar, as a decent amount of those added brand new evolutions to complement their new Galarian forms. While Ultra Sun and Moon has shown us that Game Freak are willing to add more Pokemon despite being in the middle of a generation, I just don't see them doing that with remakes. That said, I can definitely see it being done the original Sun and Moon style, as technically they are just new forms rather than being wholly new Pokemon. I think this would definitely make them more compelling games, as it keeps the spirit of the originals while adding that extra flair that makes them worth grabbing. Let me know down below what Pokemon you'd like to see get regional variants in the Sinnoh region. We're now at the halfway point in this video, and this entry in particular, I'll try to keep short. Basically, the story and the pacing of the game needs to be completely reworked. If you all haven't watched the video that I did with Tomohiro, In short, we go over some of the negative things about the Gen 4 games, and one of the major issues we had with them was the overall pacing of the story and how disconnected the villainous team actually feels from the goals they want accomplished. Nothing major needs to change here by any means. Cyrus just needs to be a little bit more involved with the story, and the progression of the plot needs to be adjusted. If the developers can do these few things, then we'll be on the right track to these games potentially surpassing the originals. Right here in the middle is a little bit of an outlier compared to the rest, but I hope you all see where I'm coming from with this one. I really want them to bring back the Poke Etch. It was a feature so synonymous with the Sinnoh games that it would be so weird if they didn't include it. The Poke Etch included of many simple apps, like a calendar, a stopwatch, a step counter, as well as more useful ones like the move tester, the dowsing machine, and the matchup checker. None of the apps in the Poke Etch were truly important to gameplay though, as they were there mostly to let people have fun with the bottom screen of their DS. But now, with that bottom screen missing, how would they even implement this? I imagine just through some sort of button shortcut, but then it would just end up taking up the entire screen rather than being its own little section, breaking the immersion from the original games of having both at the same time. So, hear me out on this one. I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that Mega Evolutions should return. That isn't the spiciest take by any means, as a lot of fans were displeased by their snubbing in Sword and Shield. I am a huge fan of Megas, and would like nothing more than to see them return. I mean, if we got primal forms for all the Creation Trio members, we'd probably be all through the roof. Even if that means we got a handful of stupidly broken Pokemon. Heck, even if they didn't give us any new ones, I think there are a lot of people that would be fine with just the old ones being thrown in. At first, I was thinking that Dynamax and Gigantamax was more likely, as I didn't think they'd want to drop that gimmick so soon. But after seeing the trailer, I'm really doubtful that would be the case. These remakes might be a little less expansive compared to Oras, so I think they'd likely opt in for the much simpler Mega Evolution mechanic. But who knows? I guess only time will tell if they even end up doing that. Originally, I was hoping for more wild areas to be in these remakes. I thought expanding on what Game Freak brought to Sword and Shield would be a great direction for the series as a while going forward. But as it being said, these are going to be pretty faithful remakes, so that's kind of out the window. However, Game Freak is working on a game that is more expansive than I could have ever imagined. That game being Pokemon Legends Arceus, aka Pokemon Breath of the Wild. We don't know a whole lot about this game just yet, but it certainly has intrigued me, and I'll probably give a full breakdown on my feelings about it in the future at some point. With that said though, since I can't get my open world areas in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, at the very least, I would like it if they connected these remakes to the pre-make to build up hype. They could do this in a very simple way by just adding more information about Sinnoh's past in the Kanalavi library. Or they could be even more bold by adding some sort of plot point directly in the story. Either way, I think that's the approach a lot of people would want. If these remakes are going to be nearly a one-to-one remake, fine. But at least try to hype us up for the bigger and, in my opinion, more exciting game you have coming out shortly after. This is a feature everyone wanted in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire remakes. What happened? Yep, we got that. Game Freak has an opportunity to bring this back. Will they? I don't know. But I do know we want the Battle Frontier back. We also want our resort area to chill at. I loved my own private cabana. The facilities are what really made the Battle Frontier interesting though. Each one had its own niche. It had something for everybody, and the challenge of trying to get the symbols grasped the challenge aspect. I was never able to earn them as a kid, but maybe I will try again someday, and hopefully, this time I can actually get them. I will say though, getting those symbols must feel pretty rewarding. They probably feel more like trophies than the badges do. And finally, the last thing we're going to talk about here is the potential Platinum episode. Naturally, these games will be based off of Diamond and Pearl, as they should be. but Platinum added some great stuff that would just be a shame to not see added in here. The Distortion World was such a cool little dimension that only uplifted the very cluttered story from its predecessors, so I think it needs to return in some capacity, which to me makes the most sense, as a post-game continuation of the main story. I definitely think it's within the realm of possibility, considering that in the trailer, we can see some NPCs from Platinum have made their way in the Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, so it's definitely not impossible. I know a lot of these entries might have been questionable to all of you, but I think you're crazy if you don't agree to this. This is something these remakes desperately need. Well, that pretty much wraps up what I believe fans want from these games. What do you guys think? Do you want these things, or am I wrong? Let me know down below. I look forward to seeing what you all have to say. No matter how things work out with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, Sinnoh fans are eaten regardless, and I think that's something we can all be thankful for. Thank you to everyone for watching the video. Huge thanks to my phenomenal team and the amazing art done each week by Danny the Demon. I couldn't do all this without them. If you all enjoyed the video and want to see more content like this, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Be sure to leave a comment too, as it really helps us out. I also do other content on my Twitch, where I stream Genshin Impact, Mystic Zora, where I do Pokemon Let's Plays and other gaming content, and of course MysticSage, where I do all anime content. Right now, I'm focusing on Inuyasha and Yashahime, so if you're interested in that, be sure to check it out. If you'd like to support me even further than that, check out my Patreon. Whether it's a $1 tip to get early thumbnail access, or the $10 tier to get cool perler bead charms and a shoutout. There's tons of reasons to join today. These lovely people did, and I thank them all so much for their support. It really means the world to me. I think I'm gonna wrap this up though. I'm Mr. Gumbrion, and I will see you all next time with some more amazing Pokemon content.